Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. You're locked into the Ronin Radio, bro. We're about to get fired up. Mark, can you come through and do a song for me, please? Okay, bet, bro. I'll bring you through. We gotta wake these people up, Mark. I know we down bad, but we gotta get up.
You know I'm getting up. Coffee. Getting up. So the world is waking up. So the world is up. So the world is up. So the world is up. Now, I said the world is up. Pop, pop. I said the world is up. The world is getting up. I said rise and shine. Gotta rise that. Then I rise and shine. You gotta rise that. I said it's rise and shine when you rise that. Then I rise and shine when you rise that. I said I rise that.
Get up. Oh, it is one hell of a morning. Yo, lads, let's have a conversation about power. Let's have a conversation about power. We need to know what power protocol is. I want to know a little bit about the token, but also Fableborn season is about to drop. We are waiting for Cam to pull up, and then we will get this show started. But in the meantime, I'm gonna pump you up with some energy. Shout out to Mark Vibier. Maybe I pronounced that right. Stark can confirm later on. But he's bringing all the energy. We need this every morning before Ronin Radio. So I thought, why not give it to you guys today in the crowd. All right. Keep sharing the stream around. We're 100 viewers already. Shout out to everyone that's here. We love you. It is what it is. Show will begin very soon. But tune in, lock in. Down bad market means get the fuck up yourself. All right. It's just physics. I don't know what I'm talking about. All right. I'll see you in a minute, man. Oh, and also, shout out to David Azul, bro, because we're working on something pretty cool, pretty special. I'm gonna show you right now. Yeah. So just a glimpse. Wait, I see a flag in the background of Stark's cam right now, and we're gonna have to ask questions about that, bro. But stay tuned in, and we're gonna get there. We will get there. Like, give us 2 more minutes, guys. So I'm gonna set up. I'm just gonna do some stuff because for some reason Twitter doesn't want us to work on this computer, but it's actually my fault because I am only hiding behind an SMS text authentication code. So yeah, that's on me. But I hope you're enjoying your week so far. If you are in Southeast Asia, I hope you're having a great evening. But this song is for everyone in the West, like myself right now, that is waking up to a new day. The market's down bad, you still gotta get up. This one is for all of you out there. Get your coffee together, sit down, lock in, and find out all about Power and Fableborn Season 4 today here on the Ronin Radio.
To wake up, time to get out of bed,
Hell yeah.
time to wake up, gotta get out of bed. Get the fuck out of bed, bitch, go. Get up, and then they got go up. Gotta wake up, bitch, get up. Get up, get up.
Ladies and gentlemen, the security guards have just let me know we've had to fight a mob outside. All you guys are waiting for the show to start. We need to get out of bed. The volume was down. Shout out to Rallo for letting us know. So we're running this one back one more time. Get out of bed and let's lock into today's show. Let's get it.
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch, go. Get up, and then they got go up. Time to wake up, bitch, get up. Get up, get up.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is for you, bro. We are locked in. It's the Ronin Radio Tuesday, man. First show of the week, and we are ready to just go. I'm just ready to go, bro. Like it's been rough. It's been rough, lads. It's been rough, but we're still here. There's still an industry. There's still something happening. YGG Play Summit looked like there was a lot of vibes. We'll catch up on things that we have seen over there. But the most important conversation today is leading up into the release of a game that this industry needs games with legs. Fableborn is a millipede. It's got them legs. It's a runner. I can't wait for the new season to start, and we're going to talk about it all today. Cam is here, the founder of Pixion. Is it Pixion Studios? I think it's Pixion Studios. But they're going to come through and talk to us about the game itself, what the season will look like, and also what we've been interested to talk about for a while is the collaboration, the unification, the partnership with the Power Protocol as well. So we are going to ask everything. Yes, you are right, Cairo. There's a lot to ask, talking about kingdoms, talking about how the season will be, guild wars, etc. So load the comments up with your questions as well, and we will address them as we go through. But yeah, man, without further ado, I am here with my good friend, the one and only. It is Mr. Stark, and shout out to Mark Rubier for the morning alarm. I needed it this morning. I don't know if you could tell, voice is a bit raspy, but we're up, we're alive, and it is time for the Ronin Radio. So, morning, Stark. I don't know what time it is for you, but I know it's an afternoon or something, right?
It's 3 in the afternoon.
But say this: are you standing up right now?
No, I just have perfect posture while sitting. No, of course, yeah. I got myself a standing desk, and that's why this might look different. See, so now the window's a bit higher. You got the New Zealand flag there. You got to have some national pride. And the tubes and the washing machine is much lower than usual. Well, it's at the same height, but for you guys, it's lower than usual.
You would never get the bathroom comment ever again. I'm so happy for you. Bro.
Only the OGs will know,
Yeah. No, for real. But now, good morning, man. It's been a wild week. From last week, a lot of stuff's happened. Bitcoin is scaring the entire industry right now.
Yeah.
But are you finally a bear?
No, I was always a bear. It's just that I was trading like a retard, which is I was trading the relief. I was trying to catch the knife over and over again, trading the relief bumps, jumps, and bounces. But that's like the retarded thing to do because I'm just a contrarian. So I was shorting BTC on the run up to all-time highs. Then I shorted at 126, but took profit at 116 1 hour before the 1010 episode. So I was
yeah.
It's like I'm scraping by, always on the right track. I'm profitable, so I can't complain. But just trying to figure out what the next move is every time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's that's this constant game, right? It's a constant game out here. But I think it's also the only Web3 game that you can play right now is trading. Right? The only Web3 game that we can play right now is
that reminds me.
It is what it is. I think
check on my Mokis. Now they're good. They've got
actually, this is one thing. Yeah, we can have a conversation later on today about this, but Mokis are in training right now. I've just trained speed constantly. So we'll talk about that. You guys can share with us what you have been doing as well. And where those things are going. I mean, the team just started the preseason last week, so we've had a whole week at it. And it seems like I like what's going on, but yeah, we can have that conversation a little later on. I'm seeing people arguing in the chat, Rallo and Cairo arguing in the chat whether my room is good or bad. Look, the OG Ronin Radio began in my childhood bedroom. All right, we are no longer there.
Is this your childhood bedroom? Oh no, it's not.
Yeah, this is not. No, we made it, but no. But let's just jump into it, man. I don't want to keep Cam waiting. Cam is in the building. Let's bring him on stage and get into this conversation about Fableborn and the Power Protocol. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Cam. I don't actually know what time of the day it is for you, my friend, but really, really happy to have you here on the show, and thank you for coming through today.
GM guys, GM, good to be back again. I've actually never heard anyone say Fableborn is a millipede, so Gila, love the reference.
Yeah. I'll tell you, we got bangers, man. Shout out to the intern as well, because he came up with the with great power comes great responsibility with the token in there. And I thought, you know what? Yeah, that's raise worthy right there. That's praise worthy.
I've heard a few call us a cockroach.
I don't think that's a compliment you think it is.
Yeah. Well, I think it is because there's so many games that beside us have, unfortunately, failed, for whatever reason, either it's bad cash flow, but just flat out rugs,
or no, it's called
lost
no
faith
cash,
in the space,
no cash flow, zero cash flow.
Yeah, but we just keep going. We won't stop.
Yeah, I'm gonna get like a temp check real quick, Cam, because this is Ronin Radio. You've been on the show before. I think in my memory we were quite eloquent and sophisticated the last time that you came on the show. I think because of the way this year has gone, we have slowly, maybe not even slowly, but descended further into degeneracy. Just a temp check from you, Cam, like. How are you actually feeling? I mean, this could be in the role as a founder or just as an individual with the space right now. And like, are you willing to go the distance of degeneracy with us today?
Absolutely. I'd say in terms of my mental psyche, maybe we leave that for a different show. But
cool.
It's been a tough market for everyone, right? I think starting the year, everyone had maybe a different plan and a playbook of what the US administration would bring to the space, and actually, it wasn't what we all thought it would be. Although on a fundamental perspective, it's looks like it's going in the right direction. We're not seeing that when it comes to price action, or haven't seen what we all probably believed would happen in Q1 or Q2. And so it has been tough as a builder. I mean, we were building, raising Fableborn and raising funds for the studio, 2 weeks after Luna crashed. And then we stopped because obviously no one was deploying capital then. And then we started 3 weeks before FTX blew up. And of course, any term sheets quickly eroded away because, again, no one was deploying capital. And so we've been in probably worse times than where we are right now. I think this space, over time, you just build resiliency to the chaos.
Yeah, for sure. That's actually impressive, though. You pick some great times to launch products, right? Just around those massive black swan events, but being able to even like survive through those things in the past is, it's just a credit to the setup that you guys have at Pixion. So, I mean, just a quick overview for anyone that doesn't know. I mean, a lot of us here in Ronin ecosystem definitely do know. But Pixion Games, you guys have been building Fableborn now for over 3 years or so. Just give us a quick rundown. Yeah.
I'd probably say just over 3 now. And prior to Fableborn, we killed 5 games. I think that's probably what many know us for. That we're ruthless in our execution. We're not happy, but we will, if it's necessary, kill our darlings, as we call it internally. If we see games that we just don't believe are going to be category winners, and we validate that with numbers. We're a very, let's say, data-informed team. If we don't see the numbers that we think and that we've seen in the past with other wins and hits that we've built, we kill the game. And fortunately, Fableborn, 6th time lucky, let's say, we caught something that was really exciting. We were super bullish internally after we did a very, very early prototype play test. We put it out live in a stealth test. We got some really strong KPIs, and nearly 3 years later, here we are, a week or so away from season 4.
I've actually noticed in the past as well, but most recently at Zebu London, like Fableborn was the absolute favored game, closely followed actually by Wild Forest. But like in terms of the traffic and flow of people that were coming through, like them picking up the mobile and kind of playing that game, they needed zero guidance, and like they really dove into it and was like, well, this game's really, really good. Out of all the games in the industry right now, especially in the category that Fableborn is, which is a mobile game, like it's absolute blue chip. Like it's pristine as a product. I've always like championed you guys for that, knowing that this game is really like this could take the industry on without any of the Web3 attachments or some of the cool stuff that you guys are building and happening over with Power Protocol. Like this game is there, and that's kind of what this industry needs. We had a debate about it last week as like, okay, well, what really is the issue? And as you said, fundamentally, this space is so much further forwards than it has been, but we're just not seeing that with price action. But I got a lot of confidence in Fableborn as a standalone game, even in just the gaming industry itself. Like, and I know as a traditional studio that has evolved into this industry, that's probably why a lot of those factors are in place. But let's talk about some of the new things that are coming in season 4. There is a brand new hero, right? We have Ember coming through. Ember's. I'm not gonna lie, you guys are tapping into the little bit of the waifu vibes here. I'm feeling it. I like it. But yeah, we got Ember coming through, which is a new one of the new heroes to play as. Is there anything else in Fableborn season 4 that we can expect?
There's so much. Honestly, we're about to submit the build to the stores, and our PM actually was listing out all the new features, and we just had to cut out stuff because it was so long. And so season 4, this version of Fableborn is going to be the most complete version anyone will play by quite some distance. Obviously, we've got some cool stuff, some new content like you're seeing here. So Ember, our new hero, she's going to be a lot of fun to play with. She's definitely got a higher skill cap than most of the other heroes, but the DPS euphoria that you're going to feel if you get it right, if you're skillful enough, it's going to be really epic. You're going to be able to take down, hordes of enemies.
Yeah.
And clear out rooms better than probably most other heroes, but equally, she's a little squishy, and so maybe giving a few tips away here. But you need to manage her health. But she's going to be really fun to play with, and a completely new way to play with.
There is a real high skill. There's a really high like skill curve in this game. Like, it's not actually easy. Like, it genuinely is not easy, which I'm really fond of because we're going to start seeing people performing in Fableborn, and leaderboards being a thing, guilds being a thing here. So like good players are actually I think there's going to be an ability for them to shine and be desired, especially with the guild mechanics. I wanted to dive into that because I think it's a really important part of Fableborn, and especially the link with the Web3 elements, and this ownership factor. How does guilds?
Yeah, I think we can already see it
around guilds. Yeah,
I think we already see it. That actually, I'm super proud that we've seen. We've been building for a while. Our first ever full playtest that was open to anyone was in the summer of last year, and so some time has passed since that one. We've obviously done more open playtests and seasons after that. But I do remember he was called Mr. Bill, but now Verted, as probably many know.
Yes.
He's already coveted. I think he's joining Cairo's guild.
Mark of the Zeal.
Exactly. Who are a massive supporters, advocates. Shout out to Cairo.
There they are,
he's
right
one
there
of
in
the
the
guys
video.
that have always supported us. So gives us a lot of confidence when we have that backing and support. But going back to Verted, one, he's an exceptional player, and two, the level of skill is, I'd say he's as good or close to our combat designer. And our combat designer obviously spends hundreds of hours with Fableborn. I mean, he's built the combat.
He's got a bit of a head start.
He's got all the insider spreadsheet tricks. But Verted wasn't far off of what the absolute peak performance was. And what's really cool to see that just as a creator, he started streaming and sharing lots of content about Fableborn. Fableborn, like you say, Gila, is there's a high skill curve once you start getting into some of the later levels and trying to min max your hero and eke out every percentage point of performance to try and climb the leaderboard. And he was obviously always in the top two, top three. And it's great that he's obviously done incredibly well as a creator now, but also he's coming back for season 4. I saw there's already on the timeline some guilds that were, as soon as we announced guilds in season 4, that were trying to tap him up to join.
There's this,
And
this,
so
there's
it's
this
going to
post,
be an
this tweet announcing
exciting.
what he's up
Yeah,
to.
it's going to be really cool to see how players become coveted as the season goes on, and how they perform as well.
Yeah, honestly, that's how, in my opinion, that's how passion is built around games, and especially like esports and competitive gaming. Like, it's about the players, right? Like, you need to create fandom around players, and this extra element here with the guilds, and it's like teams, right? Well, I mean, guilds, teams, that is necessary. Like, we saw it with Axie. Like, there was definitely like a patriotism around guilds and who you played for and what that meant and what kind of people you would be playing with and what you would represent. Like, those things were real. And like having game environments that present those as well and give a platform for that, I think is really bullish. So you guys have lent into guilds quite heavily here. How does, I guess this is one of the questions, right, that I think is good to get out there, because one, not everyone's going to be a guild leader, but there will be always liquidity of players to, desire being in guilds. What do you think is the benefactors of either being a guild, owning a guild, or being in a guild as a player?
Yeah, I think play with friends is always, in terms of just enjoyment, if we think about the economy side or talk about that later, just being part of a guild where you have this social, competitive, but collaborative experience. In a micro layer, you're all building and raiding as individuals, but collectively you're working to one goal, and then you're competing against others that are doing the same. I think guilds just amplify that experience where you are playing with other individuals. We already saw, in season 2 and 3, we saw Discord servers be spun up, full of micro communities, even communities and members that didn't know each other until they were in our Discord server. And they were forming these small Discord servers just to get tips and watch each other raid. You'll remember the Queen, obviously, and then the Shaman as difficult bosses in Fableborn. And so those micro communities formed, and guilds just make it much easier for those communities to stick, but also stay together and collaborate, share tips. But it goes further, obviously, on the economic side. You'll have guild founders that are able to shoulder some of the economic spend to their best players, and that creates a completely new dynamic where it's not just about do you have the best players, it's how you supporting the players, and are you supporting the players with the right resources. So let's say Verted. My assumption is actually he's not going to need too much support. He's not going to need too much strategy tips. He's probably going to be giving out tips and strategy. He's not going to need to optimize too much his loadout because he's just got naturally a high skill floor compared to most other players. And so as a guild founder, it's how do you create, a medium or an average skill where all of your players are ranked pretty highly, and that's going to require, very different, I think different resources, you're also going to be thinking about play styles. Some players are going to want to focus on ranged heroes, others maybe on melee, or trying out Ember and trying to optimize DPS. And so you're going to have to be in constant contact, I would say. If you really want to max out the efficiency of your guild, you want to know and understand your players really well. And then you want to know what they need, what they want, and what they require to be able to be competitive. And that's just as a guild founder. And then you've got obviously guild leaders, you've got guild players and members themselves. They all have different roles and responsibilities, and we're just really excited to see how these guilds form into these micro communities. But what I'm also really excited, actually, probably more so, is we've always seen in Fableborn each season players come and sort of build this aura around them. Bill was, or Verted was the one in season 3. Someone called Bambucha was in season 2 and season 1. And there'll be new players that emerge that will play in season 4, and they might be guildless. And it's going to be really exciting because we've got multiple different, let's say, single player events in Fableborn, time limited events. And it's going to be really interesting to see how these time limited events almost act as recruitment phases, where you can see, okay, that player did really well, and they weren't on my radar, but I can see they've done extremely well. Are they sharing any content? Let me see how they raid. Do they fit into our guild? Do we need someone of this particular?
Will the single player modes and all of that have some token earnings as well, or is it purely like side event type stuff for recruiting and to get visibility, or
guilds,
is it?
Was it guilds that you mentioned?
No, for the single player, or like the things you were saying about how players might get recruited doing certain game modes to get visibility. I think you said single player modes.
Correct, yeah. So where it will be you versus the rest of the community.
And so will those have a power prize pool as well, or is it all in the guilds?
Some will, yeah. So as a single player, you'll have earning opportunities as well. Some won't. We call them premium events because, well, of course, they have both off-chain and on-chain rewards, and they'll be gated in some way. We also have events that aren't gated. So really what we've tried to do is ensure that depending on the player, your persona, how much time you want to invest, how much maybe capital you want to invest, whether you're a really skilled player, whether you're a skilled raider, a skilled base builder, we've tried to build out essentially the season where every player's got something there and an experience that they'll enjoy, but also a lane where they can pursue to win. And so as a single player, you might not want to join guilds, but you want to enter the single player events, whether it's the PvP ones, whether it's some of the other time limited events that we're going to enter or run. It's going to be pretty interesting to.
So I asked the question because you were mentioning that it might be a strategy for an up and coming player to compete in these events to get seen, to get known, and then get recruited. I asked if there was earnings because to see if it's like viable to play as a single player, if it allows talented unknown players, it gives them more value if they're able to just sit back and get recruited, as opposed to if all the earnings were in the guild, it removes a lot of negotiating power from a skilled player, right? That's where my initial question was rooted
exactly in. Exactly that. And what's really interesting, depending on how competitive that leaderboard is, you can have players that come to guilds and say, well, I've already won event XYZ twice, and now I've got a ton of power rewards, and I can come to your guild and sink them into ABC, whether that's for myself or whether it's contributing to the guild itself. I'm able to do this.
Or negotiate. or
but I
negotiate for.
want 70% of all
Yeah,
earnings or
yeah,
80% of all
yeah.
earnings. Whereas
Oh,
Negotiate.
cool. You let
eventually
Cam
I come
cook?
along and
Sorry.
say, actually, I didn't win any of the events, or I was in the top 10, but I wasn't in the top 1, 2, 3, and I don't have as much power as maybe the top 3, but I still want to join, and I'll happily take 50-50 or 60-40. So it's going to, like I say, create so much conversation and this natural communication and collaboration. There's going to be so many side quests and conversations that will go on in and outside of Fableborn, and that's what we want to create. This extension to the experience that continues 24/7, even when you're not raiding or base building.
Yeah, 100%. I think this is what the space needs as well. Like we need a project, like an activity to unify around. And if this draws in, many, like you said, it's a lot of it is focused in naturally building micro communities and putting power back into players' hands with their performances. So like we need this. I think the space needs this right now, and I'm excited to see where this thing goes.
I'm excited to see how this all looks. Can I ask you what if you had to name of what you can say one feature or one thing that has been improved or reworked that you're looking forward to players seeing the most? Either something that you've revamped or a new feature. What are you the most excited for people to discover?
It's hard to boil it down to one.
Okay, give me 3 then.
Guilds, of course, are the reason I mentioned, but one I'm really interested in, one that I think is obvious, and one maybe subtle that maybe only some of the most competitive and skilled players will see. The one that's obvious is the ability tomes, and so we've added a number of new abilities. Why that's important is because it takes hero customization to an even more strategic, or adds even more strategic layers. And so you, for example, can take your ranged hero, or you can, let's say, take Ember and say she's squishy. So what I'm going to do is swap out one of her AoE attacks and add in a shield or add in a healing ability. What does that do to Ember? And how does that change your play style? And so it's going to create so many different layers and combos of what is the best way to beat that base.
Yeah.
And I think with the defense units that we put in as well, you won't just have one meta where, okay, this is Ember with a heal ability that's replaced with an AoE. And that's all I'll just main for the rest of the season. We've also created different scenarios where you will be forced, or if you really want to optimize, you will be forced to change those abilities or experiment with what's the best ability. So I'm excited to see that, because season 3, although we had so much video content, it was still a little flat in terms of the strategic layer. There's a lot of skill, but the depth after a little while was, you basically hit the ceiling after maybe 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
And
This feels more
now,
UGC, right? Like a UGC
yeah, exactly.
competitive.
I think
Yeah.
we're going to see so many different loadout pieces and content, and this is how I beat level X, or this is how I beat the boss with this loadout specifically. We already saw a huge amount of UGC content in both season 1, 2, 3. And so that's going to be exciting. I'd say the subtle thing that we've made, and again, credit to our combat designer and game designers here, is the moment-to-moment gameplay and raiding. I don't know if you felt it, Gila, but we spent a lot of time just making those split-second frames feel a lot more exciting. There's a lot more feedback in terms of VFX. There's some sort of changes to the sound every time, for example, you land a hit. So that visceral feedback of, I'm in a raid and I'm taking down or being beat down by a ton of defense units, we spend a lot of time on just to make even more polished. And so
Yeah,
I'm
you got
excited
lucky.
to see. Yeah,
You
I'm
really got
excited to
lucky.
see what players think about that, because it's subtle changes everywhere, But once you add up, and we played the season 3 build, which is obviously nearly a year old, versus this one, and it's night and day when you play them one after the other.
That's good to hear. Yeah, like I said, bro, I had my hands on it, and since then I've kind of been championing favorable, and like I know what's about to come. Like I was having conversations with people, showing them the game, and I was like, wait, like I'm gonna talk to you after this because I had to genuinely lock in. I think it's gonna be great for streaming also. There's a lot of content there. You know, you can take on these kingdoms, and like that UGC layer is cool too, because when these micro communities are being built, there's going to be lore, there's going to be storylines behind it. Whose kingdom is this? You know, this is the kingdom to take on. People will have the certain build that can then beat that kingdom. Then people will spend to edit the kingdom to counteract what the rest of the players are doing. And obviously all these in-game spends is going to go back into the power protocol as well. So there's definitely a loop that I can see happening here.
Well, it also goes back into the prize pool for guilds, right? So 70% of all spend in the web shop goes back into the prize pool. And so it's going to be pretty exciting as the season continues. Obviously, that prize pool is going to grow and grow. The stakes just get larger and larger and larger. And I'm just really excited to kick off now. It's been a long time. The team have been sort of pushing out a lot of content into the build, and we're a week away now.
Yeah. So, well, Cam, I guess I gotta press on here, because look, the issue is right now. There's not an issue, but what we have, ladies and gentlemen, I will just address you directly here. Fableborn is going to be the best game in the industry as a product. I'll put my head on the chopping block for that one. Like when this thing drops, it's going to be a game that you will want to play, right? So we need that game real quick. It's coming in December. We have like a week and a little bit left until that launches. And you can find a guild. You cannot find a guild. You could be a single player, but watch how this story unfolds. I'm going to put my name in the hat as well, Cairo. If Mark of the Zeal needs any degenerate streamers who will just market the fact that your guild is going to win, and I will take some of the prize pool from the guild, I will do that 100%. So thanks. There's my CV for you.
And good news is, I mean, I'm touching wood. I'm not trying to jinx it, but these are big releases. So I'm saying the good news is the worst thing that can happen is a delay, and a delay means a Fableborn Christmas. So I mean,
well, I mean, the season's over 30 days, so we planned it where during the holidays, you'll have time to play Fableborn.
Yes, so nice. you'll just have to find time away from the family. Be like, no, sorry, uncle, that you don't like. I have to play this game. I've been waiting all goddamn year. I can't wait.
Yeah, thanks. Sorry, family. Yeah, you guys, you'll be here next year. We can do that. Got a question in the chat. It's like, I want to ask all these questions. We are going to shift now more into the token itself and power protocol and the collaboration that is happening there. First question though is about the pool itself. Is there a base prize pool, or is it going to be solely weighted upon like how much in-game spend there is? Is it the fact that there is a benchmark and then the in-game spend adds to that, or is it going to be riding on in-game spend itself?
Yeah, it's riding on in-game spend. There'll be obviously a lot of power that's going to be distributed through both the guilds season. We have the single player events, and there's multiples of them where you'll be able to obtain both off-chain and obviously on-chain rewards. We didn't talk about the sort of kingdom conquest, we call it, which is merging and minting merge to mint your Fableborn kingdoms on the Ronin marketplace. To merge them, you need multiples of that one rarity to increase the rarity. You also need something called kingdom supplies, which they're NFTs that will also be tradable on the Ronin marketplace. And the only way to acquire them is obviously, of course, buy them on the marketplace from another player or win them through different events. So there's going to be many opportunities to earn. And of course, then any spend goes straight back into the prize pool.
Oh, nice. So the higher the volume of players, the higher the demand to spend in game, the better this prize pool is looking. So multi-level marketing. That's what I'm gonna say. Let's ask some of the questions. So if you guys in the audience have any questions right now, this is where we're gonna string them off. Before we get into that, let's talk about power. Like, Cam, I just want to understand it a little bit more. And I know a lot of people in the space seen the announcement. They understand that, okay, power is going to be the token with Fable, and you guys have done a great job marketing that aspect. But a lot of users, a lot of people in communities that I venture into don't quite understand. I read a lot into the visual graphic, which was how Power Protocol was at the center, and then Pixion revolved around it. Fableborn revolved slightly further around, and then there was question marks orbiting even further. What is the relationship between Power Protocol and you guys as a studio of game developers?
Yeah, of course. So maybe I'll rewind back a little and share where I guess our strategy and inspiration came from. So when we think about ecosystems, let's start in Web3. Most of them, candidly, are just dead. They're zombies, zombie towns. And so most ecosystems also rely on third-party consumer apps. And so we've seen many L2s, L1s, different ecosystems, whether it's DeFi, consumer app focused, or somewhere in the middle. They've had these grant-led programs, but ultimately you're relying on a third party. You're relying on third-party devs that have their own different goals, different North Stars, different strategies. You don't control whether they operate efficiently, how they manage their cash flow. You don't control when they release. You don't control their timelines, and so you're really waiting on them to help seed your ecosystem, to bring that initial groundswell of users, liquidity, capital, attention, etc. And so many years ago, when we thought about it, if we think back, I'll maybe reference just gaming specifically, but the best ecosystems have always been birthed from the best in class content. So Counter-Strike, Half-Life led to Steam, Unreal Tournament, Gears of War, now Fortnite proliferated, Unreal Engine as a SDK and technology tech stack. Even close to home, Axie led to Ronin. And so we firmly believe that the best-in-class content creates the best ecosystems or births the best ecosystems. And a problem we consistently saw in Web3 is teams went the other way around. They'd set up or spin up an L2 or an L3 or an ecosystem, whatever it may be, and then have nothing on it. And we decided actually we're going to do both in tandem, which is obviously higher risk, more capital intensive, but also high reward. What it means is that we have Power Protocol that we work closely with, that we're very aligned with as an entity, and its category winning app is Fableborn. And so that's what builds the initial groundswell, the liquidity, the capital coming in, the attention. But of course, we've got some exciting things that we'll announce in the coming weeks and months about other third-party apps that will be using Power. Ultimately, when we think about Power as an ecosystem, I'd say the single biggest challenge that we're trying to solve is probably the challenge that all of Web3 and even outside of Web3, even in Web2 are solving, which is distribution. And when we think about ad tech or the ad tech layer, it doesn't match today's, I guess, consumer. We still have apps and businesses spend hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars throwing capital at these ad tech networks, whether it's Meta, Instagram, etc., etc. And so we're excited, and I can't share too much here, but we're excited how we're sort of flipping that script, let's say, and actually attributing those dollars not at these huge B2B businesses, but the most captivated and engaged users in the ecosystem. I mean, how do those ecosystems create more virality, more liquidity options, and proliferate not only what's within that ecosystem, the tech stack that we've been building alongside it, but also any of the consumer apps within them.
Yeah. Okay. I'm starting to see the picture that's painted a little bit better now. This is a different route, right? And like, I think we're at a point in this industry where forking the roads are here. We got to take different journeys, right? It could be considered experimental, but I think there's a lot of solid basis for doing what you guys are doing, right? Bringing in or providing tech stack and different avenues, consumer apps potentially to bring
it's
liquidity
because we
into
needed it, right? Like
Yeah.
this started, we had the vision for it, but there's just problems that we were trying to solve as a studio, as a game studio. How do we build out some of the challenges, or how do we solve some of the challenges when it comes to open layer economies? How do we ensure that we have live ops that can be automated for millions of players without needing spreadsheet configs that are then updated over cloud, that create risk, that create opportunities to potentially, let's say, malpractice and cheat. There's a lot that we've thought about and challenges that we still are trying to solve. And many of course, just got an industry-wide problem, like I say, not just in Web 2, but Web 3, which is related to distribution. And that's one that we're going to spend a lot of time on. And we'll share a lot more in the coming weeks.
Okay. Well, favorable. No, I've said it. I continue to say it since like testing the game out the other month. This is the cook. This is the cook on Ronin right now. We need something, and you know, Cam, I'm glad to have the game come out and the season to start in the next coming weeks. I'm actually gonna I haven't streamed a game in this industry for so long. I miss it. I miss being live and losing my shit playing a video game. And so I hope Fableborn becomes that in December for me. It's been a pleasure having you here, Cam. I don't know if you want to address any final things, any last points you want to put out there. We do have another question as well. I want to get this from Jatster. It's a quick one. But does matchmaking allow raiding your own guild mates? Is there an avoidance of that?
It is, yeah. So you won't be raiding your old guildmates. Obviously, I guess it's obvious why we wouldn't want that. You could just orchestrate really bad bases and then get easy wins and capture more guild points or guild glory, we call it. So if you're in the same guild, you're going to be out of the matchmaking queue for any of your guild friends, let's say. You'll only be facing other guilds.
Okay, whoever's got like the craziest kingdom that no one can defeat, I'm gonna join your guild, bro, because I want to smoke. But Cam, listen, it's been amazing, bro. It's always a great time to have you here. I really believe in what you guys are building. And there's always a spot here on the show for you to come on around the time of launch. If we want to bring TCAF through, we have a degenerate party here and play some games, then we'd love to do that as well too. But thank you for being here, and we will catch you in maybe, Cam, if you set a kingdom up, like are you gonna take part? Actually, low key, are you gonna have kingdoms?
I always take part. I'm never at the top. Not a skill issue, just a time issue. But I'll be raiding. I'll be raiding in season 4 as well. You might see my base.
Yeah, but I will say this: Fableborn Kingdoms right now. I mean, partly because Ron is absolutely taking a shit. It's pretty, it's easy. It's easy. Yeah. Like the thing is, there's merge mechanics here with these NFTs as well. So like the floor of like the basic kingdom, like there's a little some, right? You know, if anyone has any liquidity left, I don't know if anyone out there does at this point, but these things are about to get turned on, and we're going to see how effective they are. I look forward to seeing Fableborn launch in December. The final date, wait, are we looking at 2nd, or is it the 4th?
The 3rd, I believe.
December 2nd goes live. 2nd. Season 4 starts.
Yes. Let's get it then. All right. Well, appreciate you, Cam. Thank you for coming through. And yeah, man, we'll be glad to have you back at some point in December. Much love.
Appreciate it, guys. Take care.
Thanks. See ya.
Nice. Yo, nah, I'm so serious, bro. When am I serious? I'm actually so serious, right? This game is fucking blue chip, bro. Like if this is on the App Store, I'm not joking. When I played it at Zebu London, I was like, nah, this game's actually fucking cracked. Like any game that you would download on a mobile and play, like it's that quality, like top of the marketplace, like on the leaderboards. A game that you were seeing it in the chat. Kyra saying that this can turn into Clash Royale. I think there's actually an avenue for that, and especially when you add the virality of potential payouts for people who are playing this game, we could be onto something quite big. You know, my optimism is fucking battered to shit, ladies and gentlemen. I will say that. We are approaching the last month of the year. I think this year has been. I've never been punched in the fucking face, pride-wise, so much. My face hurts. It stings, but yet I am ever optimistic. I genuinely think that this Fable 1 is a cook, and I need a game to play as well. So knowing that the gameplay is actually ripping. Oh my god, it's not fucking click a button and suck a dick. You know, it's like yeah.
Why do you always say the most outrageous shit as I'm trying to take a sip of water, you know?
I time it.
The only reason I got a standing desk was to avoid the coffee fiasco of last week. Like if you're standing, you can't spill boiling hot coffee on your lap.
Honestly,
but now you're gonna make me do spit takes.
No. Yeah, I have to time it right, and also a sensationalist here, mate. It's important. Let's see what we can do. Can we get an action replay of the
oh god
of the coffee spill? Wait, wait. I can actually pull up an action replay. Just give me a second.
Here we go, folks.
We gotta download it. Oh my god, no, intruder alert. He's been in hair and makeup for the entire hour of the show.
You're muted, Theban. Unmute.
Bro, listen. You're like you've actually declined as a host. You were talking about dicks, and then you could have been like, speaking of dicks, and then you could have brought me on, and you could have been like, bam, that would have been the best intro ever. But yeah, you fumbled, bro. I just came on to say that you fumbled.
Okay.
You're washed, Gila. You're washed.
Yeah. Look, this guy is actually getting bread now. He's getting money now. Like, look. You see the difference on screen? You see it? I told you, man's been in the hair and makeup for the entire hour of the show. Steven, how enjoyable was that for you? You seem excited about Fable.
Excited about what? Sorry. Oh yeah. No, I mean, they don't call it Goatborn for nothing, right? Like it's a.
I'm actually gonna remove him from the show, ladies and gentlemen. I can't do this.
What? I didn't do anything. What's wrong with this guy?
Yeah. Nah. Steven, hey, it was a good time having you here. What's been going on in your life, bro?
Thank you. Nah, man. Just I had to go to the kids' school, answer some emails, answer some calls, and then we're on here, man. I'm trying to see what's up, what's going on this week. I know it's been kind of brutal the past couple of weeks. We saw a little bit of a relief in the market on Monday, which was kind of nice, but gaming sentiment, man, still down bad. Oof.
Yeah, pretty bad. I mean, is there even a game? Is there even a WebG gaming industry anymore?
I was about to say, what gaming?
Yeah, no, it's rough out here, man, and like, I hope no one is like all in on gaming at this point.
That would be quite unfortunate.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is like in 2021 we all had like that belief that okay, we can really play video games. Okay, I mean for me I was playing video games for a living for fucking 15 years now, right? Like, but I was also like at the top 0.0001% of like Dota and like other games and stuff. But during Axie days we had a belief that like everybody can do it, right? Or at least a lot more people can do it, and like if you kind of stuck by that, it's been downtrend ever since then, and like
Yeah, it's like smoking crack. Eventually, you'd fucking die.
Yeah, exactly. And I hope people realize like you have to kind of balance life along with these games, and you can't really like be all in on it. It's just not a real thing. Like, period.
Yeah, facts. Now it is what it is, man. Like I think, we spoke about it, right? We were advocates all throughout the early part of this year as well, talking about like, look, we got this thing fucked up. We're trying to pay everyone, right? In a reality where only a certain percentile can actually benefit, right? Like, and that's competition. That's essentially the game. Like when you play a game for outcomes, for a reason, right? To compete, to test your skills, to size people up, those types of things, right? That's gaming, right? I know there are gaming genres that don't necessarily lean into those things, but there is always some kind of comparison going on. And I think the industry, we got into a position where, and I honestly, in reflection, I think this was like, now I see a bit more. I feel like I've been, I've just been maturing through the last few years, and that's a fucking statement, me maturing. But like that narrative was just kind of like don't go, guys, right? Like we didn't want to lose player liquidity because we already had low player liquidity anyway. But to keep some form of it, like this narrative of like, reward distribution, play to airdrops, like all that stuff is like anybody can come in here and get some kind of payout.
Funny enough, I think prices being really low might be the best thing that could happen to like this industry. I know it's really painful for the people that were already here, but like as time goes on and more people get out, right? The people who are here for reasons that you need to be here to move this industry forward are going to continue to be here. And then secondly, when new people start coming in, they're getting better entries, and those people are not going to be thinking about like, $4 RON or $200 or like $150 AXS or anything like that. They're going to remember it for what it is today. You know what I mean? Like,
well, speculation cycle again.
What's that?
I said it fuels the speculation cycle again.
Not even the speculation cycles, but more so, it's giving an opportunity to make gaming what it actually is. It's supposed to be easily accessible to people, and like anybody can play essentially, right? So like for Axie that you can buy for a couple of dollars, you're gonna go play at TS Legacy. You're gonna be having a squad for like $5, $6, whatever it is. Now we can actually start a real trend again, right? But in a different way. So it's like shedding all that old, like, pay to win, very expensive to get in, high roller type game into like transitioning into a different path, right? Where it's more so about mass adoption. Whether that's right or wrong, I have no idea. Would it have been better if it continued to be like a high roller game? No idea, but it's clear that this is the path that we have chosen, or was given to us.
Yeah, I think myself and ourselves included, I think a lot of people are like, the sentiment is down because and people are out of liquidity, and that's the reason the sentiment is down is because of that. It's because people put too much, like we were irresponsible with our bags. Basically, we would be on top of the world if we were stablecoin rich at the moment and seeing all of these deals. So as Stephen was saying, as a newcomer, imagine you've been sitting around, or you were playing Axie and you left and you come back and you play a game that excites you. There's a world in which these are the ideal conditions for someone to enter with force and kickstart something new on a good game. Just imagine someone who discovers Fable, like even someone who's a crypto native, your uncle or something who's in crypto, and then you're like a 15, 20, 25-year-old, and he sees you playing Fableborn at Christmas, things like that. Can kickstart something new or anybody can see a $20 entry into a game. Welcome. Sorry, I my brain just completely paused and started reading out Rare's comment.
That's total ADHD. Give me a second. I'm going to be a bad host for a
We
moment.
call that the Gooner connection.
Yeah. I forgot about that. I saw Heidi's name in chat earlier, but Cam was still on. I wanted to welcome her. So welcome, Heidi, if you're still here. Yeah.
Wait, what? Why is your kid not in school right now?
Thanksgiving? I don't know.
No,
Also,
that's on
he's-
Thursday.
It's just one day.
Or maybe it's like a long weekend. Maybe it's like Thursday, Friday. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
Maybe
know.
she's not feeling well.
Yeah.
Could be something like that. But anyway, go on, Stark, before you got derailed.
What was that? Derailed by the bald man himself. Yeah, no. So it's there's a world in which these are ideal conditions for something new to start. We'll just have to wait and see, and I guess ponder and think about what we'll do differently the next time around. If
Stark, what the fuck happened, by the way? Like, I just got a phone call and you crashed. What happened? We had a malfunction.
No, I lost my train of thought, and then I saw a comment. So I was like, yes, I did see Heidi in chat earlier, and I wanted to welcome her, and I was like, shit, that's not what I was talking about.
Total ADHD, man. We're in the building. We're in the building. But no, I mean, on that sentiment, bro, like, I think you're right. Like, even in those days, way back, like when it was inaccessible, and we kind of saw this industry as like, oh, like some walled garden of like rich people's playground. They're the only people that are going to be able to play. Everything is going to be scholarship based, and like, I don't like that. A lot of people were like, I don't like that. Hey, you got what you wish for, bro. You know, we got $3 axes. Yeah. We got
now we got
$15 kingdoms, right? Like, hey,
now it's a walled garden, and it's like you have a nice park that's got a wall around it, but the park has been taken over by crack addicts, so it's not a safe place.
So basically, it's San Francisco. I'm sorry, I don't want to get carried.
Yeah. Let's get political.
Yeah, let's not. Yo, do you understand? Look, Trevor says, "Yo, do you understand what I do for a living? I literally make decentralized central banks and rebuilt Wall Street on a blockchain."
Yeah, that's
Trevor, that sounds like a copy pasta, but I don't know where like the troll is.
Well, Charles Hodgkinson from the founder of Cardano, I saw him post that. I think it's
Cardano, man. Let's get it.
So going back to what we were speaking on about gaming, like why I said what I said about, I hope no one is still like all in on gaming and thinking that they can do this the whole ride. It's just that Web3 gaming especially is just negative EV, like in every way possible, right? Like you can't, for the time being, you can't even learn something that is valuable, right? Over the course of like the next couple of years for now, right? So it's better to like make it something that's part-time and then have something else that you can do that is like positive EV, so that you can maybe average it in a way where like dabbling in there is good. What happened? Fuck. What am I missing?
I love you, and I hate you also because like you secured
yeah. As soon as you have a job,
what you're talking about, yeah. Like,
as soon as you get a job outside as soon as you secure a job outside the industry, you're like, I don't know why everyone would ever think that they could.
No. I'm saying they need to be looking.
No, you're right.
In all fairness, I've been looking for a job for a long time. I just didn't want to take what I didn't want to do, right? At the end of the day, but yeah, I mean, like, I just think it's just the best thing to do is try to. Fucking ass.
It's like Gilla wave at Theban. He's rowing away in the safety boat, and we're sinking, baby.
Yeah. Literally, there was a lifeboat, and it was for one, right?
Yeah. And now Gilla and I are we're holding onto a door, and one of us will have to let go.
Wait. This is the one situation where I'd actually opt in to be the female here, so you can breathe, mate. Nah, but On that note, here is an action replay of how the
Lord.
industry is doing. Not a chance that I can't hear any of you fuckers right now, and you actually are.
Oh, shit! Fuck!
Yeah.
Every time Stark opens his mouth, just play that.
That can just be our new. Yeah, that can be our new transition. In fact.
Yeah. Facts. It is the fact that you were like, fuck, and then you just
You can see the moment the heat got in contact with my
Your sensors.
You can see the exact moment the sensors were overloaded.
It's like, wait, this is hot.
God damn.
Facts. Well, I just think it's it's real tough. This whole year's been tough. Like it feels like I almost feel numb to the shit now, though. Like
I don't feel numb to the coffee, that's for sure.
No, definitely not. I feel numb to it right now. Like where can we actually go? Let's have a real conversation. Where can we actually go? There was people talking, we were at like 45, 50 cents. People were talking about 11 cents. And I was like, nah. Bro, we are like 6 cents away from that this second. Like this chart.
Oh God!
This is the Ronin Radio.
Yeah, the chart in a while.
Yeah,
oh,
this chart, bro.
Yeah,
like we're the Ronin Radio, right? And I've been an advocate of Ronin for the last 4 years. Fundamentally, we are so much further forward than we've ever been. But this is the reality right now. This is the chart right now, and a lot of people, are definitely feeling burnt, right? Definitely feeling burnt. Me as personally, I am too. And this is a tough pill to swallow.
We're an inverted price discovery. Jesus.
Yep. we have surpassed the lowest of lows.
That is filthy.
I don't know what the road looks like ahead. And that's hard, right? And like it is a show only supposed to be like toxic positivity of like everything will be great, everything will be fine. It's not, right? And like the recent environment has really had me thinking about content in this space as well. Like I just can't do it, lads. I can't do it. Like to be an absolute success and superstar in this space, right? I can't do it. I'm not about it. I'm gonna go get a part-time job and just stay true, bro. Because like at the end of the day, I cannot look at this and look you motherfuckers in the face and say, this is great. This is great, lads. This is fucking great. I don't know where
that's
we
what
are
I love
going
about
from
the
here.
Ronin Radio, right? And that's what everyone here shows up is because like we talk how we actually feel. You know what I mean? These emotions are real. Like it's like fuck. Like people are talking about, oh well, you guys said 40 cents is a lot. We genuinely believe that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We genuinely believe 40 cents were the lows, and then well, guess what? It can go lower.
Yella, press Alt I on your keyboard.
Yeah. Oh,
and now zoom out.
Fixed Country Gaming.
Zoom out, and it looks like it's in real good price discovery.
Oh my god!
Would you short that?
Actually, ask yourself that question. Would you short this market? Absolutely fucking not, my friend. So
thank you, Theban, for the inverted chart. He's the one who taught me that sometimes when you're some people are better at longing or shorting, so you just flip it up and you say, would you short that?
Yeah, I mean, based on Fibonacci, lads, we're going to minus 3.7.
I told you we were going to $3 before the end of the year. I told you.
No, facts.
I mean, honestly, at this rate, OP Holder can buy the entire blockchain.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
Hey, OP, if you feel like it, like I mean, you could help us out, man. I actually I actually want to champion these people though. People like OP Holder, like with all the things that he must have going on outside of just Ronin and in crypto in general, and having those having big bags like that, it's a lot of heavy lifting. There's a lot of things that has to be done, but for him to still dedicate time to things like CAG, like shout out to CAG, bro, because like they're still building, they're still doing stuff, they're still engaging their community, and OP still has attention, and like his mind share is there at times, and that's not easy to do. We look at like Coco, where is Coco in these moments of time, and I don't know him for being
Coco. That's where's Coco in French. It just sounds good. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Coco.
All right. I don't blame him. I'm gonna be dead ass. I do not blame him. He came back. Hammer period. People burnt the shit out of him by just rice farming. We did Ronki. He put a lot of effort into Ronki. What happened? Burned the shit out of him by rice farming. Funnily, ironically, with rice farming as well. That Ronki conversation is another conversation to have in itself. We've like just expect. I would just premise the next few months and the future of what this show really is going to be and stand for. And I hope you guys stand by that. And if you've been long-term fans, I feel you'll be down for this ride. But like, we're gonna have some spicy conversations, bro. I'm gonna keep it fucking real with everybody because we need that in this.
Let's do price guesses. What price do we bottom at?
Bro, the last time we did price guessing was on Bitcoin, and do you want to see them?
I think Steven was the closest. Steven was the closest with 135, and you did 165, and I did 200, I think.
No. You were 165. You were more realistic. I was the irrational prick that said $210,000 for Bitcoin end of the year. So that's how you gauge who to listen to when it comes to financials on this show for sure. But no, I think we're gonna have a lot of spicy conversations. I'd like to bring Sushi on at some point if he'd like to come on and talk about the Ronki strategy or Ronkster. Because some things are happening over there, but like I will be straight up and just play devil's advocate and be like, why is this gonna do anything?
Real talk. This is when ETH was starting to pump up. So obviously last year, just remember that last year when ETH was below $2,000 and the ETH, I just remember every other week there was a tweet about people complaining that the ETH Foundation was selling. ETH Foundation is selling at these prices. ETH Foundation is selling at these prices. And then look at us now. I was also when ETH was at those prices. I was trying to like sell, and I should have sold more of my Axes when ETH was lower. You have to look to put a more positive spin on all of this. Which is what I've been doing too. You can just go through your NFTs and look at how much run each of them is worth. And that could be anything. That could be some of your tokens. Just, like you could even go to some of your burner wallets and see that when you were trading on Tama.meme and something that was worth 0.5 RON could be worth 10 RON now. That's something you can just it's like everybody can DCA a bit, but you can also wait a bit if you think it's going lower. But I've been looking at that, like some NFTs that I maybe got for 25, 30, 50 RON that are worth 100 RON now. And yes, RON is down 6x since then, and it doesn't work out that way. But at least it's more RON than if I had sold then and bought RON then.
Yeah. Well, I put everything in end of August, early September, around my birthday. Just put a huge fund in. So that is now dust.
Not just you, man. I did the same thing. I like on that dip, like I just loaded the fuck up and pain is real.
I'm talking about RON as well. I'm talking about like
we're talking
exclusively.
about RON.
Yeah.
And AXS.
Yeah. If you think like I'm here, we hosting the show, like we, like
I think we got it before 1010 happened, right? It was before 1010 happened, and then like 1010 happened, and then fucking holy shit.
Yeah. So hey, look, we bleed the same out here, brothers.
Yeah.
It is really red.
We
bleed blue.
Someone out there is fucking saying thanks for playing.
Yeah, I know. I will say this though. This is not absent of actual macro. Like,
Yeah.
I know that we're a niche within a niche, and like we are fucking insignificant and irrelevant to the macroeconomics of this fucking world financially, but the macro financial industry right now is also in similar environments. A lot of people, there's narratives being spun up about the AI bubble. There's narratives being spun up about over evaluations. Like there's all types of stuff happening right now. There's economical feuds that play into this also. Like there's a shit ton going on right now, and a lot of markets are in a similar standpoint, right? I've just been down. It is also the end of the fucking year, right? At the end of the year, if you're heavily invested and you've seen the profit points that you need to see year on year, and you go by a calendar, right? This is the time that you start to take your profits, right? And I genuinely think that we're just at that point of the year where, it's been a shit year from some perspectives in some industries. But for some people, it's been a fantastic fucking year, and they got to take their profits, and that's what we're seeing happen right now. I'm not going to go into a conversation about macroeconomics and macro financial influencing factors, and how strong they're going to be and what that's going to do for us, etc. But I'm not allowing myself to just look at this as an isolated event for Ronin, for Ron itself. If you look industry wide, like there's a lot of pain points that happen. Bitcoin is quite literally back sub 100k, below 90k right now. I am quite confident that it is heading fast towards sub 80k and potentially 70k itself. Like this is not just exclusive to Ronin. And when these factors turn around, and arguably everybody says it, eventually price will go back up again, right? And this is across the board. But I think when we are in a better macro environment and things start to shift, right, and focuses do come back into these niche industries, this industry fundamentally, this industry being Ronin, this network, is positioned much and far greater than anything that coins the term crypto gaming, Web3 gaming, whatever you want to say. Right, it is positioned as greatly as it can be at this point in our existence. Winning the Ecosystem of the Year award by Game 3 at the YGG Play Summit, again for the second year in a row, is a testament. People are starting to realize it. If you look at some of the scenes from the Ronin booth last week, see that there is real people who give a shit, who are turning up for this industry, that there is traction, that IPs are growing, and people are connecting, whether it's businesses to businesses, whatever. These events are really important. There's a lot of things that happen in these moments. I genuinely think that Ronin is in a much better position, and our price is not reflecting that, but it is not the time for it.
Oh my god, we've been saying that for a freaking year now, I feel like, and it's just,
I know, but hey, then they'll move on our time scale, right?
The problem is just like, at what point can we actually turn it around, right? And like it just feels like something's gotta hit, you know. But and or just string a couple of small wins together, right? Something like that too. Last year I think I wrote that gaming bull runs happen in the bear market, and I guess like the entire industry has been in a bull market this whole time, so that's like the silver lining, I would say.
Yeah, right? I mean, there's conversation around like this whole cycle, how the industry used to be, crypto, like, and it was cyclical, and it was like, we would go through 4-year cycles. It was almost like you could pattern it down. Is starting to change and evolve as crypto is becoming more present in financial industries globally. Like, I genuinely think that we might be looking at the old playbook in an environment that is just not the same anymore. Throughout the course of this year, there was factors that like 4 years ago you would have absolutely prayed for, and you would think that it would be the catalyst for parabolic, retarded price action, right? And it's happened, and that the we haven't seen that yet really occur in these industries. So it's just still very confusing to me how fundamentally we can be getting the things that we kind of prayed for in certain phases and not seeing
Well, it's pretty
the reward.
it's pretty clear, right? Whatever normies or retail, whatever prays for, the money doesn't care
Yeah.
for, right? It doesn't make, you know, the big money come in and want to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's what people don't understand. Like everyone is self-centered. They only care about what they think, what they want, what the people around them wants. They don't understand like money moving around is the only thing that's gonna indicate whether your, you know, industry or what you're invested in is successful or not. So you have to think about like, what entices them. You have to think about like what makes them want to. It's what Gio said too the other time he was on here, right? He was like, okay, well, all those little things we're talking about is not gonna change anything, right? It's like, does the big money want to buy it or not, right? They're the ones that are actually gonna move the markets. So that's what you say about like, oh, we pray for these things, but like, but who pray for it? It wasn't the one. It was
Meek Mill in
have
his
money, right? It wasn't the ones who have money who pray for it. That's for sure.
Yeah,
it's the same idea of like when we had Axes and they were worth like hundreds of dollars and people were like, oh, they should be cheaper. Well, should they? Now that they're cheaper, are you buying? I don't think so. So you always have to make sure that, you know, the ones who are actually putting money into stuff.
I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this, so I had to grind like that, to shine like this. In a matter of time I spent on some locked up shit in the back of the paddy wagon, cuffs locked on wrist. See my dreams unfold, nightmares come true. It was time to marry the game, and I said, yeah, I do. If you want it, you gotta see it with a clear eye view. Got shorty, she trying to bless me like I said I chew, like a nigga sneeze. Nigga, please for them trick squeeze them.
It's so sad, ladies and gentlemen. It's so sad. I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
Tear, bro.
I'm actually about to cry, lads. Like it is not it right now, bro. It's just it's not. I would be in a better life situation as a full-time fries guy at fucking McDonald's. I'm dead ass right now. I'm so dead serious, bro.
It's actually true. I'm
not bantering. All right. Maybe the fries is the route for me, bro. Like, put an M on this hat. Fableborn season 4. That's gonna save us. I'm confident. Let's go. Let's do it. Now, let's
well, how are you guys feeling about Grand Arena so far? You know, that's what we were talking about last week as well.
Yeah, I love clicking buttons. You want honest take?
Yeah, give it to us.
We're here pre-season. This is the team that I am most bullish on. Fucking love each and every one of the guys on the team. Love the product, love the concept. Being able to bring this to life is a very, very difficult thing. They aimed extremely high. The ceiling's really high. Right now, though, the actual process, right? The game that we are playing, it's pre-season. Just fair warning on that. To me, is fucking. I don't care. Like at this point, I don't give a shit. Right, I'm doing this training. I am bulk training. I'm not paying attention to anything in stats wise because it seems to me that it doesn't fucking matter right now. But we are so early that I could be absolutely wrong. I could be making terrible mistakes right now. It is what it is. I love the fact that our Mokis have their own personalities. They are their own gamer. They play for themselves. They play how they want. Like I said, this is a massive step in this space. And an application of its own kind. Do I think there's success in that? Absolutely, yes. The fantasy element does not yet exist, and that is what I most look forward to, which is why I feel, that's why I feel the way that I do. But right now, like I could I'm actually forcing myself to give a shit and to train the Mokis. I have contemplated offloading Mokis because I don't want to have to focus on this many stats and this many things, genuinely. But I will say the product size, so like the game itself, so the game that gets played by the Mokis and being able to watch it back and kind of visually seeing your Moki perform is a great feeling. I love that. And I love watching the matches. That's the one thing I do right now is that I'll go through all of my Mokis and I'll just watch the matches to see, okay, how do they actually perform in? You know, what does my Moki actually tend to do more frequently? What is it good at? And then, yeah, you can go in and train the stats, but like it's to no avail, it feels right now. Yes, the top 100 are going to get champion slots, and that ties into some kind of earning mechanics later on in this story of Grand Arena. But like none of my Mokis are performing well enough for me to think any of them are going to make it. They're all fucking dog shit, right? including my Shadow.
Yeah.
I love him to death, but they're all dog shit.
There's other ways to get these slots though. I think there's a contest at the moment behind. You just have to make a post about your Moki and training and make some backstory about it. So that's something you could do, Gila, instead of flailing.
Okay.
Because you enjoy doing that. You enjoy building a backstory behind fucking. Well, that's what you've done before. You've talked about it a lot. You have your Mystic Axie, you have the Joker. You're like, blah. I hate that shit. I won't even make an attempt at doing it. I hate creating lore behind my characters. That's not my jam. But you've done it a few times, so I figured you might enjoy it. Because exactly, you do. So do that. Get your champion slot. I would tend to agree with a lot of the points you were saying. I'm waiting for the economy aspect, the fantasy aspect, all of that. Also, but this is just a testing thing. I'm very excited. I think that at first I was a bit discouraged because there's no way to filter your Mokis, and they all, you get a bit flustered by the amount of stats, what you should be doing, blah 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 blah. I've just started doing speed whenever I can. I do 2 hour. If I go to bed in less than 8 hours, I do the 8 hour one so that I don't have to be up for that. I'm not waking up to do the things. I'm living my life. But just remember, look at how many stats are on that bar. Whatever you're doing, I would suggest speed, because it's always training that you're not going to have to do later, and that it's not like there's a cap on levels or there's a cap on things. Everything you do here, instead of not doing it, is better than it's anything you do is better than not doing it. And speed is the stat that helps all the Mokis. So just do speed, watch the games, I've found that by letting them run all randomly, I'm forming attachments with my Mokis that are performing better. Sure, it might be random, but that's a fun aspect to be like, who knew that this guy that I hatched or that I bought at the floor is better than Teardrop?
Yeah,
my one of one.
Better than my one of one.
$7,000, and that's rank 3,000. Even though it has optimal stats and it's better than any Moki, it's like the best sprinter in the game, and it's shit.
Yeah, well, at least he's gonna be in the packs, bro. You're getting royalties. He can be shit, but he can get royalties. So that's a factor.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the future. At least we have something to check on every day. It's more than we can say for a lot of the projects. You're starting to build a game. You can start. You're starting to play a game. It's not like. It's still a game because you're managing your stats, you're managing your things. I enjoy all of that, and
I hate that the what is it, like if you have your stats split up, like specialists are like way stronger,
Mm-hmm. There's no point in not being a specialist. I don't understand why you would go
there's
abroad.
None. It's like
wrong.
Okay, here we
go.
Oh,
here we go.
Mr.
Sorry, Connor
I'm
is
here
in
to
docs,
save my
so-
bags. In the house.
Yeah, I'm at my home PC, so that's why I'm just a weird icon right now. Sorry, everyone.
No, you good.
But hello, guys. Why do you want to be only a specialist? Wait, Gila, have you even what's your total training? Is it double digits? Because I just I
I don't even know what that means.
Yo,
so
okay.
that answers your question.
So we talk about how down bad everything is, and yet we're in an ecosystem that has 3 games that have huge releases over the next couple of months with gigantic prize pools for each one, and I don't see I don't see a single one of you guys grinding them. So just wondering why we're acting like everything is doom and gloom whenever
Well,
we're
it's
not
pretty
putting
obvious
in the
why
effort.
no one's
What's going on?
grinding them. It's because
It's
it's
not worth
negative
the time.
EV to
Yeah.
It's not worth the
grind
time.
it.
Wait, time out. We've
It's
got
negative
we
EV
got
to
a
grind
million.
it.
We got a million. How is it negative EV to grind a free to play game? I'm confused.
Because my time costs money.
How is your 5 minutes that you are gonna look at a chart?
It's okay.
any
It's okay to
fucking
play
different
half an
than
hour.
playing
It's okay
a
to
game?
play
Yeah.
an hour in a game. It's not
God.
healthy to play more
I'm-
than that. When you
yeah,
say grind, I'm
An
talking
hour
like
and
6
bro,
hours.
you can train every one of your Mokis for in
Yeah.
under an hour for
Easily.
Yeah,
No,
people
there's
do that.
no one's talking about Moki. Like where I'm grinding my Moki training, it takes me 1 second with the
Why are we
massive.
wait? Time out. Back up a second. We're talking about plus EV when playing video games. What happened to each one of
Oh,
you?
fuck
You little
off.
scumbag. I know each one of you used to play video games just for fun, and now because we got
I've
some
never-
rewards in the past, and we had a couple
I-
good years, we think we gotta have money for everything. That's crazy.
I don't think I've ever played a video game just for fun. I only play to win.
Well, you
Yeah,
sound like a terrible person to be with at parties. That's what I
I
think.
literally haven't played a
Any-
game for fun for 13 years.
Well, that's
Anybody-
that sounds like something to go
anybody-
to therapy over.
Anybody
Just
who's
saying.
anybody who's been at a party with me knows that I'm a lot of fun at parties.
Yes, that's true. Talking about
I also can vouch. Anyways,
I think honestly, no, Akara, to answer your question, I think I'm the only one here that actually play video games just for fun. All right.
let's go.
Why am I not like doing that now?
Why are you not getting in my? Why are you not getting
Yeah.
in the guild chats, learning
Exactly.
the alpha,
Yeah,
getting
what-
the edge on everyone?
That's a
Do
good
you want-
question.
No,
What are you
genuine
doing
answer,
with your
genuine.
day, Gilla?
Is it a
Genuine
time?
answer?
Is it a time problem? It's got to be a time.
No, it's because none of this stuff makes me give a shit enough. I just don't give a shit enough.
How does $1 million USD prize pool in the low of the lows not excite you? You know the thing that started all of the Web3 gaming bull run besides just Axie was whenever Dookie Dash came out in the middle of the fucking bear market and all these
Yeah.
gamers came and then they got involved in crypto and then guess who made all the money in the next cycle? All those people who came in during Dookie Dash, all the Fortnite kids who came over like
Yeah, but I
during
just
the
said I
bear
don't
market.
play video games for money, so $1 million prize pool. I don't give a shit, bro. Like
Oh,
I genuinely don't.
I mean, what would make you give a shit then? That's my
Game-
question. If it's
he
not $1
just wants
million
something-
fucking prize
He wants
pool, what
he
would?
wants something to play, and there hasn't been anything fun to play in the whole fucking calendar year.
I can't change that. I'm not rich enough to make a game that you all would love and play every day. But I will say that there are attempts that are going on, and the thing
Yeah,
that we have going for us is it's
Yeah.
in the ecosystem that we spend the most
Absolutely.
time in. That we
Yeah.
have 3 very good shots that are coming up. So
Yeah.
I would-
We're in the correct waiting room. We just have to be a bit
we're in
more
the
patient.
we're in the waiting room that's on fire. So we're hoping the 3 games can come in with fire extinguishers and put out the fires, and we'll see if that happens. But like as far as the conversation came in before I blew it up, the Moki stuff. I feel like I can answer some questions here if you guys have questions about Grand Arena. And then on top of that, I feel like I can give you some insight. And then also I want to grill the entire community for being dumb as shit and letting the 50% off booster boxes sit at $25 for like a week while I let you have the chance to buy them. Like, bro, when you do the math on things like this for these booster boxes, there's 30 packs in them and they were under $1 USD per pack, and that's like one of the biggest things that gets you MXP for whenever the $1 million prize pool comes. People just aren't reading and aren't paying attention, and then whenever people get paid a lot, they're going to complain, and it's all because people weren't reading white papers and they weren't doing research. Like there's a lot of opportunities that are going on, like Fable Kingdoms, bro. These shits. The supply is so controlled right now, like over 25% of that supply is locked up and will literally never move from those wallets. And they're sitting at under $20 US for a kingdom right now. And I don't know, maybe it's like what Theben says, and we should all just go fucking work at McDonald's and it's minus EV to be in Web3. But for $18, I'm willing to risk $18 on a game that is as high of a quality as Fableborn. That's my opinion.
Yeah. No, you are right.
Oh,
but
hold
what
on,
I'm
hold on,
saying
hold on,
is,
hold on. I
what I'm
didn't
saying
say-
is,
Wait.
they have
Gila,
not made
I,
people give a shit enough.
Hey.
Go ahead.
Gila, he mentioned my name. All right, so I
Go
got.
ahead. Go ahead.
Just let the fudder speak, bro.
Okay. First of all, no one said it's negative EV to like, or you should go work at McDonald's because negative Web3. I said that it's better to work at McDonald's and then play Web3 on the side.
I 100% agree. And, you know, a thing that I've told everyone for the past 2 years of running my guild, especially while like AXS was over $10, I was constantly pinging every single one of them and telling them, if you quit your job, I will fire you, because I've lived through it twice now where you don't, like, bro, the people that quit their jobs at the highs, they always end up going back and having to find another job. And the other thing of that is just like, bro, cash flow is so important, especially in scenarios like right now. So yeah, bro, why, like, everyone needs to go and get a fucking job. Like, we're not gonna all make $1 million off of a fucking meme coin tomorrow. Like, keep your fucking jobs.
Fuck.
I mean,
My plan's ruined.
That's all it was. It wasn't like, because a lot of people in our industry do it full time. Not all can make it. I would say, like,
you can do it full time. You can. It's still being done and can be done in the future. It's just, bro, right now everything is cratering. So obviously it feels like fucking doom and gloom. Like, everything feels pretty bad right now. I don't think there's anybody that is feeling great right now, unless they're just way better traders than us.
You have a better chance, like, going and trading in the stock market than you do having a full-time Web3 situation. That's just,
I don't know.
I think less than 1% can actually, like, live off of Web3
for sure. I don't think, like, what, I don't know. When did we have this expectation that everyone was supposed to live off the Web3? I don't know.
When we had Axes, everyone was like, "Yo, we can all play video games for a living."
And then when Sky Mavis was pushing documentaries about feeding the whole world, so.
I mean, I don't know how to respond to that, because I mean, I lived through the same things you guys did, and I was in the same position you guys were in, and I can't really I don't know if I ever believed that I was gonna sit in my apartment in Kansas and feed myself off of Axie Classic for a decade. I don't think I ever believed that.
Right.
Like, I think when I made $2,000 in a month and was making 4 times what I was making from the other stupid shit I was doing at the time, I was really impressed with what was going on. When Wall Street Journal came to my apartment to interview me over Axie Infinity, I think I didn't know what the hell was going on, and I thought it was really cool. But I never thought that I was like just gonna feed myself for the rest of my life off of my 3 little digital potatoes that I paid way too much money for.
I did, but that's
your situation might be a little bit different. You were the #1 player in the game. You're probably thinking, "Wow, if this ecosystem blows up, I'm set for life." Well, guess what?
That's true too.
How many games have people gone pro in, and then the devs fuck up everything? The game dies 2 years later, and then their whole life is disrupted.
I mean,
unfortunately,
I wasn't even aware that was a possibility, because I played.
You played fucking Dota.
Right?
Yeah,
so that was for 10 plus years. I was like, my full-time job. So I come into Axie, it was like something new, and everyone.
Well, guess what, Theben? They got their claws in you, and they sunk them in from Web 2, and they pulled you over to Web 3, and they pulled you down in the trenches here with us. And guess what? You got ripped from Web 2 life.
Dude, I got outplayed. I didn't know.
Yeah, get shit on, fucking idiot. What did you say? Somebody out there is saying thanks for playing earlier. Well, there you go. Thanks for fucking playing. We're
GG, well played, motherfuckers.
Look, bro. Think about how the like you guys flipped the chart a little bit ago whenever you were talking about Ron. If you inversed this conversation we're having right now, what does it look like? It's pretty fucking euphoric. And if we were having a great market right now, we would be having a conversation that's completely on the flip side. Gila just signed a fucking huge deal for Ronin Radio. You guys are living just off doing this. Like, the thing is like, yeah, we're in a shitty situation and nobody predicted it, but like, doesn't that kind of, I don't know. That's the beauty in it. We're all here together in these times of 17 cent Ron, and we got to figure it out together, bro.
It's the fruit and fratten, bro. You can't go too much this way. You can't go too much that way. It's got to come back.
Life was always gonna go, life was always gonna go on, and we're always gonna figure it out anyway. So if you need to go get a part-time job right now, or you need to go figure out cash flow, like, bro, every single person should go do that. Find what you actually believe in this space. Doesn't mean you got to put your life savings into it. Did a lot of us get burned in random shit that we wanted to believe in? Yeah. Did COVID fuck up basically everything in our entire lives? It feels like it sometimes. So, like, I don't know, bro. We just got to adapt. And, like, some of this shit still might work. I don't believe the entire scene is dead. Do I believe a lot of stuff is, like, doing great? Hell no. We can't name many games that we want to play consistently in the space, but there are good shots on goal. There have been good attempts. Like, when you look back over the past year, even if we go to, like, the game in my experience that I played the most of last year, which was Off the Grid, the game isn't doing great now by any means. If anything, it's on a steep decline over a period of time, but it was an experiment that showed us that a lot of things like can be done in this space with the money that is here. And who knows where we are in 2-3 years. And if we do get a good market, like, bro, everyone could come back. I can't tell you how many like esports organizations from traditional Web 2 were during the bull market of 2022, like not even 2022, 2021, 2022, were coming over and like trying to have conversations about how to get involved in Web3 and in crypto. And I just think that the interest overall here for gaming is still like it's still high over time, as long as proof of concepts can be shown. And bro, what if like one of these what if Fableborn pops up? What if Moku actually does really good with the fantasy stuff and the prediction markets, and then we see some kind of video game prediction market thing become a gigantic, like, not just like poly market or anything like that, but like bigger. I don't know. Yeah, like I'm not saying any of this could even fucking happen in the next year, but if one win happens, entire space explodes and a whole sentiment is just completely shifted. So
all I can say is I think chat now gets a little bit why I am the biggest key holder outside of Cairo and his own wallets.
Bro, so
I'm bullish on this. I'm bullish on this, man. Bullish. And like, I'm bullish on the bullish man. So
I just think that, bro, there are a lot of great things here. There are a lot of great people here. There's a lot of money here, and that's a combination for innovation. And I think that, like, I don't think Axie Infinity 2021 was our final boss. I don't think that was our end game. Like, I don't know, bro. We saw 20 Cent ROM before and it felt just as shitty. So, like, and I don't remember which one of you said it earlier, but you're like, I just feel numb to it. Well, guess what? That's me, bro. I look at those like red numbers every day. I haven't felt anything in so fucking long. Like, it is just it's the same. Like, every day I wake up, I do the same shit. And one day that compounded progress will turn into something that makes a change for what we're doing. And I don't know. Hopefully there's enough people doing the same that we change shit.
I think in terms of 2021 and Axie, one thing that we probably don't really speak on or think about is that a lot of that liquidity that was in 2021 Axie went towards, like, you know, also AVAX, Arbitrum, Immutable, right? Like, we have infinitely more games now, right? Think about it like meme coins. So when we first started with meme coins, we had Pepe, Doge, whatever, right? Sure. Now it's like the same happened with Web3 games too. It doesn't mean that the liquidity is gone or the attention isn't there. Maybe there's actually even more attention now than there was back then. It's just divided into like all these.
So to counter this, I agree in terms of you could use the stats of saying the total crypto market cap, it reached new all-time highs. We had more money, more attention here, and things were just sparsed out. And maybe, but I don't know. I just think that, like, we need one game to have a breakout moment. Like, can you name one of these games that have been on app stores that like actually had any type of worldwide sensation besides
you know what's funny? You know what's funny? There was a game recently, and Gila said that there hasn't been any game this whole year he actually enjoyed. There was a game that we all enjoyed, except they fucking rugged us, right?
Yeah.
Literally
Project.
within a month, not
Project
even a
O.
month past, they rugged us, right?
Wait, what
And-
game?
It's Tokyo Beast.
Tokyo.
Yeah.
We you guys like Tokyo Beast.
genuinely
Wait, was that on
actually
all app
enjoyed it.
stores?
Yes, it was. It was on
Then
the
you
app
could
stores.
do-
It was
You could do all the
number
crypto
one
stuff
in
on.
Japan for like 2 weeks straight.
I remember you guys liked it a lot. I mean, yeah, I sponsored you for that one tournament. I think it was like a I don't know, bro.
It was actually, that's the thing, right? Like we had a good game that people actually enjoyed. Great graphics, right? Number one in the App Store, especially in Japan for like 2 weeks straight, right? And then they just rugged the game. Like we can't catch a break. You know what I mean? Like that's the other thing, right? Even if we do have a successful game, it's like we're still at the mercy of these developers. So like you're right. Something has to happen. Something has to happen quickly, right? And I hope that we also get new blood coming into our industry as well.
I think that dude, it might sound far-fetched and it might be an actual long shot, but all we need is our one staple that become like if one dev over the next like 5 years has a game that has crypto rails that blows up and becomes a decade-long game. Like we don't have and I don't know when or if this will ever come for crypto, but crypto gaming in general. But we don't have our Dota, we don't have our CS, we don't have our GTA, we don't have our decade-long game. And yes, I know those are fucking crazy titles, but like, well, I mean,
3 letters.
I don't know, dude. The thing is like I know you guys have been trying to speak more candidly, or maybe just on the show today you were speaking candidly. But as far as like Axie goes, it's in a like Sky Mavis has had pressure on them for a very long time to deliver a new gaming experience that people enjoy. And before they'd had so much goodwill built up from the community that you know, it wasn't a big deal that they were experimenting or that things were taking a lot of time. But as sentiment has gone down, that goodwill is now lower. And now they have even more pressure on them to deliver for something like the MMO, which is what I'm assuming is their silver bullet. And the problem is what everyone has expected, which happens traditionally in video games a lot, which is where a game gets hyped up and the hype exceeds the actual standards it can live up to, and then it becomes a total catastrophe. And I mean, when you look at Axie, it's like you don't want it to be this thing that is just heading for a brick wall, which is everyone's inevitable disappointment in the MMO, and then an implosion. So in my opinion, they need to be like very heads down figuring out things to do in the meantime leading up to that, because I don't think you can just coast till the MMO.
Yeah, you got the codex and things like that, but like to be honest, like you know, again, another thing I'm kind of numb to. Like I'm not setting expectations super high for the MMO, like in protection, but at the same time, like I genuinely think that they're on a good track with you know the playtest that we had and where things can go. I'm not even looking for Axie to be the savior and the saving grace. I do agree with the fact that it takes one game, a breakout game, and I always am optimistic with the potential of that. I
think the expectations should be very high, because I think if this is not what people are wanting and expecting, it's going to be very ugly.
Well, I think in the meantime, the only thing
I don't think we're doing the team any favors to have low expectations here. What you should be is respectful to the teams and not be some of those toxic assholes on
don't
Twitter.
Be a dick.
Just don't be a dick, basically. But this is when it counts. This, like, if over the next year or two, if this MMO is not what we're hoping it's going to be, it's going to be very ugly, I think.
Well, regardless of that, in the meantime, we have other projects that everyone
exactly. Yeah.
super excited for, and we want them to do good.
Yeah, and that's where, because I think it's also like it's like a death choke if all the weight of the success of a network is on one game, whether it's Axie or another game. It's not healthy either. I think that a breakout game, or even a breakout within the industry on Ronin, will do a lot of good for like a little bit of relief of the negative pressure on the team building the Axie MMO as well, because it's going to be less if it helps the price rebound, or if we do things like that, it's all gonna go in that direction. So as you were saying, that's why it all ties back to the one breakout.
I think we really want Fableborn to do good, and the reason for that is that it's a product that if you put it in front of anyone's face, you could literally hand someone a phone and they could get it. And beyond just that, it is a mobile experience that could go it could be a worldwide sensation if they live up to if they live up to their potential. And like when you look at we need a Clash, bro. Like we have figured trust me, bro, take it from me, we are not making a Call of Duty here anytime soon. Like we are just not. And if we're not going to go that part of the industry, and we're not going to make a World of Warcraft, unless it's Cambria, but if we're not going to make like a World of Warcraft level MMO, like we got to find something that is more in the pocket of what will actually work for all of this, like the tech stack that we have. And mobile just is the obvious answer, especially with where the majority of the player base is for all of the video games that we play. So if we get a good mobile hit, that could start the wheel for everything. But man, what a fucking amount of pressure that will be if it is favorable.
It's not gonna, like, the thing about mobile also is that like there's so much barrier with crypto and these app stores, right? The mobile attention is all with the fucking app stores.
Right. That's why nobody's like really released on them so far. But
and that's a problem. So like what we're fighting against the tide this entire time.
Yeah, it's an uphill battle, of course. It's never. I mean, nobody ever said any of this was gonna be easy.
No. Okay, like a few years ago, right? We started shifting to mobile games, and I think I was one, if not the biggest hater of like this transition into mobile games.
Hey, I have always hated mobile games, just straight up, just saying. But as I've gotten older, I've started to love them. So I don't know. I think that you can change your opinion there. Mobile games are good, bro.
It's fine. It's fine, right? I think money eventually flows, blah, 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 whatever. People don't see the hurdles, right? Like you need to make it through these years to get to those years. Someone in the chat said you got to walk the walk or whatever, right? Like people with money in this industry, right? They're not mobile players, to be fair. You know what I mean? Like,
but there's two victors, bro. There is either a horde of super whales or an entire ocean of liquidity, and like so they're equally as successful, right?
I don't think that Fableborn is like targeting the like traditional Web3 like.
No, it's not. I'm not talking about Fableborn. Fableborn is like a different. It's like a new. I would say Fableborn is more like one of the new gen games.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's like 2025 stuff. I'm talking about what happened over the last 4 years.
Okay.
What happened over the last 4 years? I feel like people just kept skipping steps because they just see statistics. They see like, oh my god, there's this many billions of dollars in mobile games. Oh my god, this is what we gotta get. They see the money.
Do you not think that's right though?
At the end of the tunnel, they're not.
I think that's right.
Like the steps that you have to take to get there. You think we started at mobile games? We never started at mobile games.
Well, I think that's relevant to everything that you just said is relevant to like so many games of just they see the money and they want to just throw something out so that they can try to capture as much of that liquidity as they can while the market's hot. So like I think we have so much PTSD from being plagued with so much bullshit for so long that our vision is just kind of skewed on what is an actual good attempt.
Yeah, but I think it had to happen. Like I would stand by the fact that the pivot was made to mobile games because at the end of the day, like look at where we are in the industry, right? Like we are not attracting super whales. Like it's just not a thing. It's just like
I think mobile is the play. There's so many gacha people that spend their entire fucking livelihoods
And it wasn't. It was a pathway that didn't exist. So even yes, we're not looking at the friction that we got to go through. We're not looking at the fact that there's fucking quicksand in that direction, right? But like you got to go and find out that there's fucking quicksand before you can adjust the path around it. And right, if you look at where we began in terms of like saying, yeah, we need mobile games for crypto gaming, right? And that's the direction we go. We were literally at the point where the app stores wouldn't even list the fucking game. It wasn't even they wouldn't even allow it. Now we're opening that up.
You gotta get people introduced. You can't just get them introduced to mobile games. They can't even use 50% of the fucking point of having a crypto game. Okay, what is the point?
No, but that's different. That's different now, though. That's different now.
I know
it's different now,
right?
And that's the point. You have to go into the shit to get the good.
But that's the whole point. Like, it wasn't even guaranteed that you're gonna be allowed to use it, right? So all these years you sacrificed, you gave up. That's why we're at this point in 2025 where we don't even have a single fucking product that we can get behind.
Okay, facts. That's cool. Yes,
that's cap.
That might be a you thing. And I will say this: I think this is because you are absolute supreme high level fucking competitive player. You look at the options in hand, and you will make guaranteed plays or assured plays or plays with the least amount of shortfalls.
That's called dominant strategies, is what you're describing. Theban looks for dominant strategies, which is where you look for the thing that has no bad with the decision. So he's looking for the thing that is a guaranteed win. Yes.
Let me give you a Pokemon TCG translation for all the Pokemon TCG fans that are also playing that right now. But right, look, you are opting right by saying that the opening up of the mobile gaming path was not like where we should have gone, and we've lost time because of that. Because there was an option between, like, I don't know, a guaranteed research or a guaranteed Ultra Ball to get a certain Pokemon, right? Or you could have Professor Research, discarded stuff that you needed, and you're playing Gardevoir, so you need your energy in a discard anyway.
No one knows what you're talking about.
No one knows what
you do. And at this point, stream, fuck you. People need to get this, right? Like, and you're like the RNG aspect, you could get that Pokemon and the thing that absolutely takes the game, right? But you go for the guaranteed play where it gets you set up nicely, but the game will be decided later on. And yes, the game may be decided later on down that path, but there's some, like, you gotta take fucking risks. And I think that was a risk. We took it. The industry has gone forwards. The industry has gone forwards from that decision.
Thing and I'll shut up, yeah? You can take risks when you're fucking skilled, okay? This industry is filled with fucking unskilled people, man. Like, why are we backing people?
You know what that means? That means that there's a money making opportunity for good coaching. That's what that tells me. Anyways, listen, bro. I have to say one thing that we had in 2021, 2022 that was part of the bull run was a lot of community made projects in UGC, and you know where I see that happening right now? Does anyone have a guess? It's with Moki Mayhem. So make sure you have your Mokis. Get your booster boxes. We're seeing community made sites for stats. We're seeing people grind multiple hours every day on a preseason just training simulator that is like, there's no depth to it other than clicking train. So we have good signs for the beginning.
That reminds me that I was wanting to when I asked Cam from Fableborn earlier what his most favorite, like what he was looking forward to the most, because the thing I was looking forward to the most was actually what tools and what, when he was talking about the leaderboard, the tomes and all of that, it's what tools the community is going to come together and build, because I was just thinking that with Garrison building the Moki manager and stuff like that, they're just amazing smooth tools that are being whipped up in no time.
Yep. Shout out to Garrison.
And shout out to Garrison, Mr. Garrison. And I don't remember the last time I really saw that apart from
Axitech. Yes, I know.
Yeah, from Triboli.
I remember.
So it's exciting.
Yeah, these are good things. Either way, Coro, I actually agree with a lot of what you're saying. Like, I was the one that said also that I'm numb to this shit. Like, it's like, it doesn't fucking bother me at the end of the day. And what bothers me is the fact that I came in this industry, actually made me fucking give a shit. It made me feel something, made me see something greater than what was here and present. There has not been a single project really that has done that since those days in Axie.
Well,
I think
I
that's
think
what
the time has
problem.
changed a lot too, bro. We were in COVID then. Like, dude, the world has changed so much since then that what we need to come out to recapture anything close to what you felt during that is like we need a gym, bro, and we just haven't had a gym. Like the thing is like we need a game with staying power. That's what you're asking for, really. That's what we've all been searching for the past few years, is a game with staying power that we don't have to worry about a month later it's gonna not even be existent, or the token's gonna be at 0, or I don't know, some scandal's gonna happen. Like that's what we're looking for, bro.
Yeah, there's a cocktail of many things, right? They'd like to have that eventually concentrated mind share, attention, and people giving a fuck, which then breeds the other things that make you give a fuck even further and beyond, and that gives it the sustainability. We just have not hit that now, and like no teams really know how to do it.
The last thing that I will say before I drop is it hurts me to see everyone being this down and depressed and sad. And I get it, because I feel the same pain. This shit does not feel good, seeing Ron just slide. And beyond that, everything else just slide. And I don't know, bro. We've been waiting for this like alt season to come for what feels like forever. And we just it's kind of like getting led on and getting blue balled forever. So like shit doesn't feel great right now.
That's the tides, bro. It's the tides,
dude. Honestly, we just all gotta get through it, bro. We get through it, and one day things will be a lot fucking better than what they are today. So that's what I will leave you with. One day they will be a lot better than today.
I agree. Thank you, Kara, for giving some.
I love you guys. Shout out to Ronin Radio. Goodbye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Also, Moa in chat saying everyone here is sponsorized by Ronin, so stay bullish on Moki, please.
Oh,
I'm not sponsored. I'm not sponsored by Ronin. I've never been paid by Ronin, so screw you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amicably.
Yeah. To speak the truth, so.
If you think this is a sponsored stream where we're making jokes about Ron being in price discovery and making single cent price predictions.
Yeah. Think about it.
I think the most important thing is we have to be candid about stuff, and we're still bullish. Like fuck off. Like we will for a year now. We've always been optimistic, day in day out. You know what I mean? But we're also realistic, because at the end of the day, we care about the people who are here, who watch the show, and who listen to us. We care about the shit that we say, because if you think that we said something and it was absolutely wrong, I can guarantee it wasn't intentional to make you make a bad decision, right?
Yeah.
It was because we genuinely believed it.
That's where Stark hides his camera, right? It's like, maybe.
Someone in chat said if Stark is hiding his camera, that means Sophie Rain is tweeting or some shit. So, yeah, he's muted too.
Yeah, you're muted. So, yeah. That's because the sound effects is on.
I'm just eating, and I don't want to do it on stream, because the show has been going on for over 2 hours, and I'm starving.
Yeah, 2 hours, 10 minutes, but we're killing it. We like it.
It was a good show. It was a good show.
This is the live from the PR room when they actually watch back some of the content we spoke about. Not a chance that I can't hear any of you fuckers right now, and you actually are.
Oh, shut up! Fuck!
Yeah,
beautiful. Actually, I'm going to use that as a transition. I'm going to shorten the video just a little bit more, so it's just the. No, I mean, Steven was saying absolute truth. Like at the end of the day, we put this. I founded this show as like out of a point of passion. It was literally just so that the community could have a voice. We could talk about it. We could bring people on. They could share their thoughts, and we could learn more about the space. That's literally it. And bottom line, we're still doing the same thing. There's still the same goal. That's what we're here doing. We speak our mind on the show. We look to benefit the ecosystem and the network and games in this network when we can. If someone has a great project, we want to champion it, right? And it's in our community. We want to stand by it. So we did that again today with Fableborn. It is a product I absolutely believe in. Oh my! You have a booster box and you're just not even opening it? Nah, rip one. Oh, you're gonna resell it? Keeping it sealed.
I bought this 2 weeks ago. Or a week ago, I don't remember when it was.
It was a week ago.
And
yeah, it was celebration. Eh?
I was gonna open it with my wife and kids, but my wife's like, "Nah, let's just leave it sealed." So I'm just gonna leave it sealed.
Oh, why? The geezer's under the thumb. Crazy. Crazy. Nah, but we speak our mind here. It is what it is, bro. We try to, and I think it's actually really important to show that like we are aligned with a lot of you guys in the community, right? Like we go through the same things that you also go through, and to align this platform more with you guys than anything, and it's really important. So I'm not here, and we're not here to make you feel as if this is doom and gloom and it's over, because I want to make clear that that's not how I feel.
Here's the thing, right? We never said. I personally don't think we said anything.
No, we didn't.
Doom, right? It's more so like, be realistic. Get a fucking job if you have to, right? Don't put all your eggs into this basket, because this basket is not meant to be a place where you put all your eggs into. That's what we were actually the summary
the niche in the niche.
Yeah, it's an egg basket. It's not meant to fit your fat ass in it.
Yeah, something like that. Exactly.
Someone put that in fucking quotes, bro, please. It's just an egg basket.
I'm pretty sure by the end of the year, I'll probably have like more Ron than I had the last time we were at 20 cents.
Yeah.
Like way more probably.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I'm happy about that. I'm happy to make that bet. I think it's worth it for me. But like that being said, I'm still being realistic with everybody, right? Like this is gonna take time to heal.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, big shout out to Cam for coming through and talking with us. Fableborn is around the corner, December 2nd. You'll be able to play that game. I genuinely hope that it is going to perform as well as I expect it to, and we see something special happening with this product. So keep your heads up. Let's have a good week. Thursday, I think we might actually be talking with someone who I think we'll have an entertaining time. Let's just say that Thursday we are definitely going to have an entertaining time and show, and I think it will be worth it. We are working on certain things as well to polish this up. Look at this. Shout out to David Azul. Look at this, bro. We transition different around these parts now. But yeah, we're making strides. My lazy ass is getting off this couch and doing stuff. He was asking, what do I do all day? So it doesn't include Sophie Rain. And on that note, I think it's time for us to go and play a Web3 game called Trading Bitcoin all the way down to $72,000. And we'll have a great time doing that. Also, continue to train your Mokies. I do believe in some of the stuff Kyra was saying. I think UGC with Grand Arena or Moki Mayhem and Mokies as an IP itself is going to be a big prospect in 2026. So make sure you are at least training your Mokies out there and being down.
It doesn't cost it doesn't cost you anything. Those stat bars are huge. Just do speed. If you don't know what to do, just do speed. If you have a bunch of Mokies, you just mass select. You do the click, pop, pop. You do that 5 times a day. It literally takes you less than a minute in the whole fucking day. Put timers on your phone, a 2-hour timer and an 8-hour timer. Don't wake up in the middle of the night and wake up your wife to train your Mokies. Just let that run for a few hours. It's okay and then just enjoy it. And then if you're lucky, your Moki will be in the top 100, and you'll get what you call it, royalties.
You know what pisses me off is like I just don't feel like I have much agency over like what gets done, and I hate.
It's a start.
I just hate it.
But it's a start, and they're working on it,
and that's why we have to train in the meantime. But like that's the part that I don't like, is what I will say. Right, everything else is fine. I like the whole AI and like what it does, and like watching it is also entertaining to me. But I just wish I had more agency over what the hell is going on.
Yeah. No, this is all it takes, lads.
Yeah.
1.
Oh, why are you doing
2,
strength?
3, 4.
4. Boom. Done. That's it. For 2 hours, you're done. Wow.
Jeez.
And then put a timer on the clock on your computer. And
Well,
Bob's
you have
your
a lot of
fucking uncle.
buttholes, eh, Gila?
Yeah.
How do you have Moki 35 and Moki 36, bro?
Eggs, bro.
How did you get such low ID?
Bro, I've been here. I don't actually know, to be honest, but
Fuck, those are gems. When you go broke and you can't pay rent, can you sell them to me, please? Thank you. Bye.
Why are low
what,
IDs
for like fucking
really
$20?
are
Yeah.
more or what?
No, I don't know. It's just low IDs are cool on anything.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Oh yeah. Shout out to Caro too for coming on. He
Yeah,
was,
a much needed energy boost after an hour or so in.
Oh, my energy is high. I don't know about you guys, but I'm good. I guess I came in like an hour later, so.
Yeah. You were the sub.
My energy's low.
It's very unfortunate I missed like the best part of the show though. I wish I did.
Okay, I'm ending the show, lads. Thank you so much for being here. We love you lot. We'll see you on Thursday. It will be an entertaining show. Stick around. Catch you next time. Peace. Okay, no. I know I'm supposed to end the show, but I just gotta say, I gotta say something. Genuinely, this year's been fucking dog shit. Dead ass. Been dog shit. I know it's probably been dog shit for a lot of you guys as well. We'd stand by the sentiment we give out, right? Like, it should not be the be all and end all. Your entire life and savings should not be leveraged on these types of things. Gaming, for most people, is a hobby. For some, it's a profession. Vision and some of the ideology we had earlier on in, this industry's life cycle, arguably irrational, right? Did I think I could have a full-time existence in this industry? Yes. Was it solely based off of the factors of games? No, actually it wasn't. And that's why you see us here now with something like Ronin Radio, trying to provide value, provide a service. And that is what pays us, right? So I just want everyone to have a sober approach to this space as we continue to go on. We've been a fan of the show for a long time. I'm sure you've been able to pick up what we've been putting down for a long time. Yes, there are moments where we can be euphoric and bullish about being in an irrational manner. But I want to just echo that, like, that sentiment is real. Like, we are very much community members, just like you guys, right? And we want this thing to fucking work. We want this thing to fucking run. And I'll continue to stand by it 10 fucking toes, because Ronin is the best network when it comes to positioning. But the idea of this industry being as great as we all see it, right? As we see it can be. Agree, we are not there yet. Agree that this shit is gonna take some fucking time. And it also is not gonna be an easy journey, as we've seen so far. But yeah, I always want to thank you guys as well for tuning in, for still turning up to shows, even when the shit's on the floor. Even when there is, I'll be dead ass with you as well. Like, I don't feel like there's something to congregate around right now that really invigorates me or grabs me as Axie has. Right? There's nothing. Right? The only thing that keeps me in the space right now is you lot. Is the people that are here. So keep that in mind. Because like Kara said, with the money that's here, the great minds that are here. Those two things are recipes for some level of innovation. And it's our responsibility to uphold, upkeep, and be honest about the quality of the things that are happening here. All right? We don't pray on anybody's downfall. We only want to see these things do better until then. So, you're a game, whether you're a founder, a dev, a community member, a big fan, a massive bull in a certain project we may not have been bullish about or whatever, just know that we want to see it win. All right. And we're going to keep doing the show twice a week, every single week, until we get there. Thanks for tuning in. Getting the fuck out of here now, bro. I need a sandwich or some shit.